What's up, everyone? It is David Mailer here, the Man on Fire mentor, and I'm coming to you, yes, you, and you, live on this Wednesday, October 13th. Not to be confused with Friday the 13th. And Jason, no, this is the month of October. Look out for Michael Myers because he's coming for you on the 31st. All right. So, for those of you that are new, welcome to our community. These videos go out on YouTube, they go out on Instagram, they go out on Facebook, and many other social platforms for you to get a little bit of a taste of what is Man on Fire all about. And it is our way of giving back to the community. This is a free service that I've been providing for several years now. There are many programs that we have. There are paid for programs going up in scale. And then there's this wanting to serve the community. There are so many men that might not have the means financially or have the time to engage on a deeper level. So we as an organization are constantly offering up our services and doing everything we can to help anyone and everyone that truly wants help. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of all of our lives. And it is always an honor and a privilege to serve you guys. So we are going to cover today's topic of, do you, yes, you have the courage to claim the life that you were born to live? And before we get into that topic, let's address many of the questions that were submitted during the week. Where were they submitted? Well, we do have a private Facebook group. There's no fee involved. It's just a matter of applying and making sure you get approved. We are looking for guys that participate within the group and allow themselves to be vulnerable and visible, which I'll speak to in a moment. But within that group, we have an announcement thread, and guys post in that thread, and you end up putting in questions in there, and I come on these lives and I address all the questions so that we can all grow and learn together. So without any further ado, let's dive right in. Here we go. First question that was submitted. This gentleman writes, I've been quiet in the background in this group, and now I have a question. I feel like my balls have been ripped off and she has them in her purse, and somehow I seem unable to get them back. How do you guys do this? Coaching, therapy, men's groups? From your point of view, what would you look for when finding a support system? Thank you. Such a beautiful question and a gut-wrenchingly honest and raw share of, I have handed over my cojones, my balls, to my lady, and now they are in her purse and I want them back. And then he asks, how do you guys do this? Is it coaching? Is it therapy? Is it a men's group? What would you look for in finding a support system? So I'm going to give it to you guys really straight. Anyone who's been following me knows how much I care and knows that I will be transparent and knows that I will give it to you between the eyes. I will not sugarcoat it. I will give it to you straight, because that is what we deserve from one another as men. And it brings me back to a story with a gentleman who's been in our community for over 2 years now, in our inner chamber, which is our year-long deep dive journey after you come to a live 4-day immersion. And he originally joined because he had passed by my hotel room at a mutual seminar that we were attending. It was actually his wife that was attending, and he was there as her guest. And he heard me talking to a guy on the phone and taking a fierce stand for this guy's life, taking a fierce stand for him to change his life, for him to up level, for him to grow, for him to face his marriage, for him to get with the truth of how he hadn't been showing up in his life and how he'd been selling himself short, living below the standard of who he was born to be, and selling his wife short. And the reason he's struggling in his marriage was because he wasn't showing up and he wasn't truly living into his true potential. And he heard me fighting for this guy and going at it with him and taking a fierce stand of not letting this guy bail, not letting this guy contract, and getting him to come to one of our live 4-day immersions. And in his eavesdropping at my door, his internal dialogue, which he shared with me later, was, I need someone like that. Excuse me while a plane goes overhead. I need someone like that who is in my corner. I want someone to give me no nonsense, no BS, give it to me straight. Don't let me bullshit myself. Don't let me lie to myself. Don't let me shrink. Don't let me contract. Make me show up in my true potential of who I was born to be. And many men, the truth is, will not get there on their own. Many men are not self-motivated. They don't have that Navy SEAL type mentality where you can do it all on your own, where you have that drive, that decisiveness, that determination, and that discipline. So he felt, man, I need someone like that in my corner. And next thing you know, he approached me on a break at the seminar. We struck up a conversation. And a month or two later, boom, he ended up at one of our live 4-day immersions, completely ripped him open, got him out of his head, into his heart. He's in the concrete industry. His name is David. And he said that he had put up concrete walls around his heart. And his wife couldn't feel him anymore. His family couldn't feel him anymore. And he knew he was millimeters away from having a heart attack. And he said that Man on Fire helped him take down those walls, helped him become vulnerable again, helped him feel again, and helped him become available to his wife and to his family. And here he is 2 years later. So why am I mentioning that story? Because this gentleman is asking, well, how do you guys do this? Now, we have obviously this free service that I offer to you guys, but I can't see you. I can't interact with you. You post a question, I do my best to support you in your question, but there's no accountability. You can go and you can shrink and you can hide and you can be among a group of 20,000 people in the group, but I might not ever know who you are. So then we have coaching programs that start as low as $2,000 and go all the way into the six figures. We have workshops that are as little as $97. But here's the truth, guys, as I promised I'd give it to you straight. What I've learned in my own personal life, and this does not have to be true for you. So when I say it's the truth, it's my truth. The more I have invested in myself, the more invested I am. Or said differently, the more invested I am in my growth, the more I'm willing to invest. Now, most guys hide behind well, I can't afford it. Well, I don't have the time. Well, you either are more committed to the outcomes that you want in your life because you're hungry and you refuse to contract and play small and live below the standard of who you were born to be, or you're more committed to your reasons, your stories, your excuses, and your justifications, which ultimately ends up equaling a life that is of regret, not living into your potential. So yes, we have multiple programs. We have entry points. Like this Facebook Live is an entry point for you to feel into who I am, feel into a little bit about what Man on Fire is. Maybe it will spark your interest and you'll click on our link, manonfirerising.com. You'll learn a little bit more. You'll see a few testimonials and you'll be able to identify with some of the stories of the men. You'll start to feel into the culture of the man that is attracted to Man on Fire. And then maybe you'll show up at one of our workshops, a $97 workshop, and you'll be blown away by how much we give away inside of 6-7 hours. And you start to realize the legitimacy of our brand, and you start to realize how much I deeply and truly care about you guys. And you meet members from my team, and you meet men who have attended our programs, and you start to hear the real life success stories. And then you say, I'm hungry for more. And maybe you join one of our lower tiered coaching programs. That's an online program where you get additional support from some of our coaches. And then you start getting hungrier for more. You say, no, I want more support. I want more challenge. I want more accountability. I want to come to your live 4-day immersion where I'm trapped in a room with 24 other men where I can't hide. I can't shrink. I can't contract. And between me, David, and all the coaches, we are holding you to the fire of your greatness. We are holding you accountable to who you truly are as a man, not letting you shrink, not letting you contract, and making sure that the version of you that showed up at that immersion is not the same version of you that goes home. It's time to up-level your energy, your vitality, your life force, your health. It's time to grow professionally in your business, with your finances, with your abundance. It's time to reconnect to source, to have a relationship with spirit, divine, source, God, Jesus, whoever that is for you. It's time to reestablish a relationship that exists beyond your mind. We help men get out of their head and into their heart. We help take down the walls, take down the armoring to make you more available for humanity, make you more available for your children, for your wife, for your employees, for whoever it is, helping you be more in your body and out of your head. And it is impossible to come to one of those 4-day immersions and hide. You can go to seminars, 10, 15, 20,000 people. Yeah, amazing seminars, awesome experiences. But you can hide in those crowds. You can hide. And what men lack is support, challenge, and accountability. So the foundation behind Man on Fire is to offer you support and challenge, because iron sharpens iron, and hold you accountable. Hold you accountable to the vision of your life. Hold you accountable to your true potential. But do you really want that? Do you really want that? Because today's topic is, do you have the courage to claim the life that you were born to live? Because many of you have shrunk, many of you have contracted, many of you are hiding, are playing small, many of you have bought into the illusion that I'm not good enough. You're living with shame, you're living with guilt, you're two twin brothers on your shoulders, and you've sold yourself that I'm not worth it. Maybe you've done things you're not proud of, you've lied, you cheated. Affairs, porn, strip clubs, massage parlors, lie after lie. And you've convinced yourself, well, I don't really deserve it, or maybe God left me out of the master plan. Maybe you're masquerading around in victimhood or blaming everything and everyone rather than taking a cold, hard look in the mirror. So do you have the courage to claim the life you were born to live? Do you have the courage to know that you were built for more? Do you have the courage to rise into your true potential, to acknowledge the contract that your soul signed on with your Creator for the life that you were truly meant to live? Or are you going to let precious time be wasted, our most treasured commodity, because lost time is never found, according to Benjamin Franklin? And are you going to take your last breath and it be one of regret? Or will you be one of the few in the small percentage of men that have the courage to claim the life that you were born to live? And in having the courage, it means you reach out for support. It means you allow yourself to be challenged. It means that you be held accountable. Now, you got to decide what's the right group. Coming full circle back to this gentleman's question, are you going to get that in your church group? Are you going to get that in your synagogue group? Are you going to get that sitting on a couch talking to a therapist? I can't speak to what happens outside of Man on Fire. I can only tell you what men have shared with me, that I tried therapy, I tried the church group, I tried this, I tried that, I spoke to family, I spoke to friends. None of that worked. Why? Most of those groups, they want to be liked. They don't want to ruffle feathers. They're not going to push you and challenge you and stretch you and make you uncomfortable. I can assure you, I don't care if you like me. The coaches don't care if you like them. And the members in our community that have come through our 4-day immersion, we're not out to be liked. We're here to hold one another accountable to our true standard of who we were born to be. We are not here to sugarcoat it. If you want to join a group and get comfortable, I assure you, Man on Fire is not the right group for you. We are not here to help anyone be comfortable or help you feel liked. You can get that out there. This is a culture where we say, I know you're built for more, and I'm going to hold your ass to the fire. I am going to hold you accountable to the standards set forth by your soul and the contract that you signed on with your Creator. That is what Man on Fire is about. Now, you'll get a taste of that through these Facebook Lives, but after this live is over, you're going back to your ways. Gravity is fierce. You're going back to the old ways. So this is why guys apply to come to one of our 4-day immersions. Yeah, it costs money. And the more you invest in yourself, the more you're invested in your growth. I can tell you that when my father bought me a Honda Prelude 2.0 5-speed in 1987, and I said thank you, I had no idea the value of that car. I had no understanding of what a thank you really meant. But when I spent $4,000 to buy my first Jeep with my hard-earned money, you bet your ass that Jeep meant more to me, because I paid for it. I bought it with my hard-earned dollars. So I had a higher value for it. Then later in life, you guys buy materialistic things and you value things. You value cars, you value houses, you value a watch, you value jewelry, you value, vacations, you value fancy jewelry for your wife. But what about valuing your growth? When you grow as a man, guess what? Everyone in your life wins. But there are so few men that will actually make growth sacred, meaning it's what they give their time, energy, attention, and focus to. Thank you to Donnie who taught me that concept. What you give your time, energy, attention, and focus to is what is sacred. Well, where is that energy going in your life? And if it's not going to personal growth, if you're not committed to growing your consciousness, to up-leveling, to raising the bar, raising the standard, raising the roof, land on a new floor, let's go for a new ceiling, then you are doing yourself and your family and humanity a disservice, because you know deep down you're built for more. So what do you do? What do you do? What do I do? What do I do? How do I find the right support system? Well, find one that won't let you get away with that. Find one that won't let you shrink. Find one that won't let you contract. Find one that will hold you accountable. Find one that will hold you to the fire of your greatness, so you live into the phenomenal life that you were born to live. I can't speak for the other communities. I know there's great ones out there. My God, thank God there's so many gifted people, so many men who have already started up-leveling themselves. I mean, at age 40, because here I am at 54, I was not this same man. I was passive. I was more in my yin energy, more in my feminine energy. I was a pleaser. Please like me. I was more of a yes guy. I didn't like conflict. I didn't like controversy. I wouldn't confront things. And it cost me a marriage. It cost me a business. And at the same time, I had to put my dad into a nursing home with dementia and watch him spend his final years there. The last place in the world that he would want to be. But he had more lessons to teach me, which is don't live with regret. Don't play small. Don't shrink. Don't contract. Don't hide. Up-level yourself. Grow yourself. Do everything in your power. Go hang out in peer groups. Hang out among those who already have it. You want to learn how to have love and passion and intimacy and trust in your relationship? Work with an expert that has that. I know I have that in my life. I'm blessed. I have a queen by my side who is constantly making me want to be a better man for the world and for her. So, Man on Fire, the reason most men join is they want to be in a supportive culture, a peer group, a group that will push them, stretch them, challenge them, and hold them accountable to their true potential. So do you have the courage to claim the life you were born to live? Now, most guys are like, yeah. Just like you rah, rah, rah when you watch a Rocky movie. Yeah, I'm going to the gym tomorrow. Bull. The alarm clock goes off and you're back to your same ways. That is why you join a community of men. That is why you join a brotherhood, because you know that you're full of it. You know that gravity will get you. You know that after you make this declaration, you go back to your same ways. The hamster on the wheel going nowhere. And next thing you know, you're 40. Next thing you know, you're 50. Where did my life go? How did I end up divorced? How did I end up separated? How did I end up in this? How did this happen? Because you're stubborn. And you believe that you don't deserve to have a phenomenal life. The best of the best have experts and mentors and coaches supporting them to continue to grow. Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, nobody gets to that level without coaching. And yeah, they have a certain level of drive, but I can promise you they had mentors and coaches that brought that out of them. That is the whole idea of having a mentor in your life, someone like me, someone like my team, to help bring out of you what's already inside of you, but it's been laying dormant. You need the match, you need the spark to light the wood. You have the wood, but the wood's not going to burn unless you get it lit. And then once you get it lit, you need something to keep fanning it. That's what the supportive culture does. It keeps that fire burning. So for those that are truly ready to grow, I mean, you're ready to invest your money, you're ready to invest your time, your energy, your resources, whatever it takes, because you are done playing small. And you want to explore one of our coaching programs. And yes, our coaching programs start as low as $2,000 and go all the way up. But if you want to have an exploratory conversation, no BS, it's not some free therapy session. It's, are you really ready? Do you have the courage to claim the life you were born to live? If you're truly ready, then type below, I am ready to grow. Big fat capital letters. And we will have our community manager reach out to you. And within a few questions, he'll know if you're full of crap or if you are truly ready. Because most guys that type it in, it's just you're high in the moment, right? Because I'm getting through to you. I'm speaking to your soul. Yes, I want this. Yes, I want it. Oh, wait a second. I didn't realize I had to pay money. No, you don't have to pay anything. You have to invest in yourself. Are you ready to invest in yourself? Or do you want to use an excuse? Because you're investing right now. The question is, where is it going? Is it going to weed? Is it going to alcohol? Is it going to porn? Is it going to jewelry you don't need? A home you don't need? A car you don't need? Where's your money going? Where's your time going? Where's your energy going? Because those are the things you value. And I'm telling you guys, if you want to have a different life, start investing in yourself. And I'm not saying, I want to be clear on this. Airplane, hold on. I'm not saying that you have to invest in Man on Fire. There are beautiful organizations and companies and brotherhoods out there. Thank God they're all over the world. but you found your way here. And I've heard story after story after story about a guy who prayed and meditated on wanting help, wanting support, and boom, on Facebook, popped onto their feed, Man on Fire. And finally, let me check this thing out. Let me see what it's all about. So for those of you that are watching right now and you're a part of my brotherhood, meaning you've come to a 4-day immersion, you've joined us for a year-long deep dive into Inner Chamber, put some comments below. Let these new guys know this is real, this is legit. Let them know how it's changed your life. Let them know the brotherhood is real. Let them know I'm real. Let them know the team and the coaches care and love. And what are we here for? We're here to love you back to remembering who you are. While you're trying to BS yourself, lie to yourself, shrink, contract, play dead, become a mummy, and become a victim or blame the world, we are here to wake your ass up. It's time to wake up. It's time to become a man on fire. It's time to get that fire inside of you lit and sustainable, burning, that inner fire, the passion, the power, and the purpose that you were born to live into. Do you have the courage to claim the life that you were born to live? Type it below. I am ready to grow if that's you. And in the meantime, throw me some likes, throw me some fire signs, and put below, what are you hearing thus far and what I've shared? What is landing in your heart? What is true for you? What are you hearing? What's the big aha? What's the light bulb that's going off? What's the download you got? Type it below. Let me know you're out there. I will feed off of your energy. The more you give me, the more I'll give you. Who's out there? Let me hear some comments. Type them below. Pat Freeman. I'm at an airport in Houston, but I had to chime in to say that Man on Fire is the support group we need for men to grow. I can't believe how many vulnerable conversations I've had with people outside of Man on Fire since joining 6 months ago. My energy has attracted others to me, and hold on guys, and they trust me. Like, really, this hasn't happened in the past 47 years of my life. If anyone is on the fence, just do it. Seriously. Thank you, Pat, one of the brothers in our inner chamber who came to a live 4-day immersion and then had the courage to claim the life that he was born to live and step into our year-long deep dive journey. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, and for those of you that are, if you're not driving, someone like Daniel Smart out there, make sure you pull over. If you're driving, let these guys know. Let these guys know. That's right, what Mo says, not only find the support system, which is essential for growth, but also make sure to find God and your creator, because he no doubt supports you as your best guide, protector, defender, supporter, etc., and will never leave you every step of the way. Totally, I'm so aligned with what Mo is saying, but let me create some clarity. Many of you pray to God and you ask for help, and then something like Man on Fire lands on your Facebook feed. And then you say, oh, I got to pray on it. I got to meditate on it. I don't know what to do. I want to give this to God. I'm going to pray to God. You already did. You already asked him for help. You already asked him for support. And he put something in your path. For some of you, it's Man on Fire. For some of you, it's something else. Why do you question that? Everyone has heard the story about the guy who, heard about the flood on the radio that was coming and it had to evacuate the town. So he prayed to God for help, and God said, don't worry, I'll save you. And so a car came by and they said, Jim, get in the car, the flood's coming. He said, no, God said he'll save me. Then the water's rising and he has to climb up to the roof of his house, and a guy comes by in a boat. Jim, get in the boat, you're going to drown. No, thank you, God said he'll save me. Now he's on the top of the house balancing, like on the tip of the house in the helicopter. They throw down the ladder and they're yelling on the megaphone, Jim, grab the ladder, you're going to drown. No, God said he'll save me. And of course, he drowns. And he gets up to heaven and he's pissed at hell, and finally he talks to God. Why didn't you save me? He angrily says. And God says, Jim, I sent you a radio message. I sent you a car. I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. What else did you want me to send? What were you waiting for? And this is what happens with so many guys that we've interacted with, is they default to saying, God will help me. God will save me. Yes, he will. But he puts things in your path, guys. Don't use that as an excuse to take no action. I find more often than not that guys that want to quote the Bible and guys that want to say God will save me are guys that are scared and don't take action and use that to remain passive. I am in no way, shape, or form saying don't cultivate a relationship with God, because I can assure you, if you don't have a relationship with God, you will not have a life of freedom and fulfillment. That is a promise, that is a guarantee. That if you have lost connection to the one above, it's a scary place to live. So, of course, we have to establish a relationship with God. But God is always putting things in our path. God is always helping us, always supporting us. And we've become deaf. We've become blind. We can't see it. We can't hear it. We can't smell it. We can't taste it because we're so bogged down with our problems. And then, boom, all over the place, from Facebook to street signs, there's help in front of you. You guys want to pretend that, well, no, I'll give a God, I'll just trust God. Well, he's helping you. Reach out. Accept his help. All right. Let's move on, shall we? Jim writes, gentlemen, I attended my first immersion in September just a few weeks ago. It is life-changing. The principles and truths and respect and honor and love that your eyes are open to is amazing. It's beyond words. Invest in yourself. King James, thank you. Change your name to James. Get it off Jim. We know you're James. Love you, brother. Daniel Smart writes, this brotherhood will light a fire under your ass, ignite your freaking soul, and wake you up to your true purpose. Thank you, Daniel. And this Daniel who came to us after serving in the military, and the reason that he joined Man on Fire and came to a live 4-day immersion is he said that I wanted to get back my soul, where so many of you amazing men who have served, literally, you go in the military and there's no time to feel, there's no time to be vulnerable, because when you feel, people die. And it sucks the life out of you and they turn you into a robot. And God bless you guys for serving your country and for having the courage and bravery to do what you do, so that I have the privilege of breathing oxygen. But Daniel recognized when he came home, he didn't come home, because the war within began. After he left the war out there, the war within began, which was getting back his soul. And he's a brother of mine and somebody that I love and adore. And it has been an honor to watch this man wake up and to have his soul become illuminated and know that he's going to be affecting millions of men's and women's lives, because he's starting to find himself again. And that's what Man on Fire is all about. It's about reconnecting to your heart, reconnecting to your soul, reestablishing your relationship with God, coming home into more passion, getting out of your head, authentically reclaiming your power, not forced power. Getting back into your intuitive knowing and trusting yourself and living on purpose, serving your deeper purpose, your deeper mission here on earth. That's what we all want as men. That's why guys join and show up at our 4-day immersions and end up doing a year, minimum year with us. We all should have gone to like man school to learn how to grow and up-level our consciousness. We've gone to college and all this stuff, but you don't learn life skills there. You learn social skills. Life skills, how to be a husband, how to be a father, how to be a lover, how to be a friend, how to be a stand for another human being, how to live into your mission and purpose. This is so needed right now in this world. We need men to be men. We need men to become the guardian, protector, and gatekeeper of the feminine heart, not hurt them, but protect them. It's time for us to wake up, guys, but do you have the courage to claim the life that you were born to live? All right, let's answer a few more questions here that were submitted. All right, in the meantime, give me one more comment below. What are you hearing? Yeah, Rick, he's coming to the immersion. Let's do it. Patterson writes, I am ready. Good for you, brother. Way to step up, man. And guys, it's not about, you're not doing it for me. You're doing it for you. This is a commitment to yourself. This is a commitment to living into your true potential. And yes, you will be asked to be uncomfortable. And that's where your growth begins, at the end of your comfort zone. You know this. Yes. And I am blessed to have formed a beautiful and continue to cultivate a relationship with God. And I am happy to be one of his vessels and allow his love to come through me. I don't listen to guys that talk about God if they're not living God. We have too many people that are mentalizing God. Show me God through how you interact with humanity. Show me God with how you treat your wife. Show me God with how you treat your neighbor. Show me it through who you've become as a man. Don't tell me about God like you're quoting a Bible and you're all pissed off and angry and judging other people. Show me how God lives through you. Then you'll have my attention. Are you feeling me? Are you hearing me? All right. Yes. All right, let's get to another question, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. This gentleman writes, I love my girl with everything I can, but she always says she can't feel my love. I always took it personally and reacted defensively. Now we are at the brink. What are the best tips to open my heart up? All right. Such a beautiful question. All right, before we go there, one more comment. Jim Austin, thank you, brother. He writes, David's program is phenomenal. If you are serious about growing yourself and becoming the best version of the man you were intended to be, make the commitment. The brotherhood is fantastic. The time is now. That's a saying in our brotherhood that we say the time is always now, because so many men default to the future. Oh, I'll do it Monday. Oh, I'll do it next week. Oh, I'll do it when my finances are better. Oh, I'll do it once I can cash out on my cryptocurrency. Oh, I'll do it once I get the divorce. Oh, I'll do it once my daughter goes to college. Oh, stop it. Stop making up this imaginary date. Future projecting so you don't have to take responsibility to the now. The time is always now. When should I have that conversation? Now. Oh, but it's Valentine's Day. Oh, it's our anniversary. There's always an excuse. When should I break up with her? Now. Why do you prolong? Why not have the ability and the courage to just confront? Not be confrontational. Confront what's in front of you. This is what we teach men. How to have these conversations. How to embody courage. How to get out of our head and into our heart. How to start feeling again. How to start trusting in our intuition again. How to grow our roots. Our center. Where we're unwavering and imperturbable, steadfast in the knowingness of who we are as men. This is what we teach men at our immersions. We have the skills, the tools, the processes, the strategies. We have it all to help you guys. If we didn't, we'd be out of business and you'd be reading about us all over the place that we're a bogus company, and we're not. We're a bunch of men that deeply feel and deeply care and have love for our fellow brothers. We bleed with you. We cry with you. And we're here to help you remember who you are. We're here to love you home to the remembrance of who you truly are. You forgot. You forgot. We haven't forgotten. You forgot. All right, getting back to this gentleman's question. So he says, I love my girl with everything I can, but she always says she can't feel my love. I always took it personally and reacted defensively. Now we are at the brink. What are the best tips to open my heart up? So a few things here. A few things. Let's address these things. Number one of the main reasons that a woman will end up leaving a relationship is she can't feel you. When she can't feel her man, she doesn't know where she stands. She doesn't know what you're thinking. She doesn't know what you're feeling, and it's maddening to her because she doesn't know. Do you like me? Do you not like me? Do you love me? Do you not love me? Are you cheating? Are you not cheating? What's going on? I can't feel you. And when she can't feel you, she can't trust you. And when she can't trust you, she won't be able to be intimate with you and won't be able to open up to you. And it's you being in your head and disconnected from your feelings, disconnected from your emotions, that is what is pushing her away. And I'm not saying any of you are doing that on purpose. We've all been hurt. We've all been wounded. We all have traumas from our past. And there's good reason why many of us put up armoring around our hearts. For me, at age 5, I thought that it was my fault that my dog died because it happened when I was playing with him. So boom, I put up some bricks. I put up some concrete. I'm not safe to feel. I go right up to my head. Then when I'm 13, I was struck under my left eye by a golf club and I went blind for over 3 weeks, and I asked my parents if they can love me with one eye. So we form this story that we're not good enough, we're unlovable, we're unworthy, And we put up the armor and we go right up to our head, because in our head we feel safe, because we feel like we can maintain control. We could use logic. We could be analytical. But all that does is drive people away from us because they can't feel you. And to have an intimate relationship, if your partner can't feel you, game over, relationship over. So the first thing is to just recognize what I'm sharing. The next piece is to also recognize that, not everyone has the same love language. For some people, it's the giving of gifts. For some people, it's love through acknowledgement of words. For some people, it's acts of kindness. For some people, it is human touch. So we all have different love languages, and you guys could read that book, The 5 Love Languages, which will be insightful. And it's very possible that you and your partner are not on the same page with regards to how you feel loved. I know that when I receive human touch, that's how I feel loved. I know that for my wife, she likes certain words of acknowledgement, and she wants quality time. So yeah, the guys, it's easy for us to give them gifts, but I give you everything. But yeah, but that's not her love language. So it's also important that you learn each other's love language. So the other thing to consider here is, what are the best tips to open up your heart? Is you have to get involved in a supportive culture that will help you start feeling again. Now, why I take great pride in what we do at Man on Fire is one of the fundamental purposes behind what we do as an organization is we help you start feeling. We are experts at helping you take down the armor, take down the concrete, take down the walls, and move from your head into your heart. And we do that through certain movements, through certain breathing techniques, and we have certain tools to help you move from your head to your heart. And when that happens for a man, your entire life changes. But most men go through life being stuck in their head. And you've heard Mr. Tony Robbins share, get in your head, you're dead. And in our community, we talk about the pirates. If the pirates have taken over your mind, taken over your ship, they take you to Skull Island, and you've wasted your life. So when you're asking how to do this, it's get involved with an organization like a Man on Fire that will help you understand that we have the tools to move you from your head to your heart. You can get involved with certain types of somatic awareness processes, certain therapies that focus on the body. It's more body centered. It's not about talking, but you never feel. So luckily there's lots of great things out there that can start moving you more into your body. And Man on Fire is certainly one of them. And we have found that the fastest path to get out of your head and into your heart and start feeling again is do it with other men. Learn to be vulnerable in a group of men where you'll be supported and challenged and held accountable. And amazing things happen when you're in a small group of men because there's an intimacy factor. Where most men will say, I feel like in these 4 days at your immersion, I just went through 20 years of therapy, or I got more out of these 4 days than I did in the past 10 years of talking to a therapist. It's not uncommon to hear things like this. So I appreciate the share, and my suggestion to you is to get your butt to one of our 4-day immersions and really learn to transition and break into your body and get out of your head and into your heart. And I promise you that we will help you with that. All right, guys, before I go further, put a comment below. What are you hearing? What are you hearing? Put it below. What's a big takeaway you're getting thus far? What are you hearing? All right. Next question that I will address. And throw me some more fire signs. Smash up that like key to help us with the Facebook and the YouTube algorithm, gentlemen. And Tiago, throw me a comment. Let me know that you still got me out there. And I'll continue to feed off of you guys and give you more. So, another question that was submitted. This gentleman writes, I read one of your emails talking about bringing energy, an energy of penetration. I was trying to understand exactly what that meant. I think I understand a little bit, but can you give some more insight as to what it is that I need to be doing and how in regards to this? So he's asking about bringing the energy of penetration. So, my wife and I, we watched this, one of those shows where a bunch of guys are on a ship, the crew, and they take on guests. I forget the name of the show. And the chef on the show, every 5 seconds is asking, one of his teammates, one of the crew members, what do I do? What do I make? and just constantly just asking questions to this female. And eventually she's just like, stop asking me questions. Like, just make a decision. Stop being so indecisive. Basically, what she was saying is, stop abdicating your leadership. Stop being so wishy washy. Stop being so indecisive. Stop being so yin. And when we speak about the energy of penetration, what we're talking about is when you come home in your body to your center. You come back into your masculine presence, more into the state of unfuckable with, where you're imperturbable. You're an oak tree that no matter what's coming at you, no matter what she says to you, you can't be knocked off of your center. Whether she says, I don't love you anymore, I'm not attracted to you anymore, like, internally, you're like, nothing she's saying towards me will be taken personally. I know who I am. I don't need external validation to feel worthy enough. And in your solidity, being rooted, being present, and not personalizing what's coming at you, and literally being able to look through your partner into the remembrance of who you are, you bring the energy of penetration, which is you're in your full masculine leadership, which allows your wife, your girlfriend, your partner to soften, to trust, to go more into her feminine, to yield, to surrender, to lean into. But many men, including this was me up until my early 40s, we weren't taught this, and most of us became the pleaser. Most of us became the yes man. Most of us turned our partner into mom, constantly looking for her approval, and there's no energy of penetration in that. And quite honestly, guys, it's nauseating to your partner. If she wants to be in her feminine and she wants to surrender and reveal her heart, she can't if you don't have the energy of penetration. So this is about a returning home to who you are as a man, finding your center again, and not needing external validation for you to feel better about yourself. And this guy was constantly looking for compliments and people to tell him what to do. There's just no backbone there. There's no penetration there. He was totally the feminine. So he's going to end up having to marry a woman that's in her masculine, right? So there's still polarity there. The problem is they're both out of their core nature. So when I speak of penetration, I'm talking about the energy of you know who the fuck you are. And it's not pompous. It's not an ego thing. It's not pseudo alpha male. It's just, I know who I am. I don't need anyone to validate that. So some of you are wondering, well, how do I get there? Well, you start with one simple step and you make a decision that you're ready to grow yourself. And that's why I started off today's live. Like, do you have the courage to claim the life you were born to live? And the truth is, most of you don't. Most of you don't, sadly. I mean, the truth is you do. It's inside of you, but it's been laying dormant, and you've sold yourself on you don't deserve to have an epic or a phenomenal or an extraordinary life. The truth is you do, but you're not living it. So do you have the courage to claim the life you were born to live? And if you do, then you got to reach out for help. Man on Fire being one of those organizations. Are you hearing me, guys? Comment below. What are you hearing? What are you truly hearing? All right, I'll address another question or two, and then we'll call it a day, guys. And just to be clear, when I said we become unfuckable with, right, or unshakable, again, I don't mean like we're an asshole. I don't mean that we're all of a sudden, going to become stoic and a jerk and steamroll and gaslight and be passive aggressive or aggressive aggressive. I mean, your heart is there, but it's like I don't need anything that's external to me to source my worth. It's like that guy knows who he is. He doesn't give a rat's ass about what other people think about him because he's on purpose. He's on mission. He's on fire. He's a man on fire. That is what we are teaching men in our brotherhood, teaching men in our community how to get to that point. Who wants that? Thumbs up. Who wants that? Why would you not want that? That's a bigger question. I mean, what kind of amnesia do you have that you would not want that? Who wants it? All right. Here we go. Let's get to another question here. This gentleman writes, I feel like I have no one to talk to. I'm isolated in my own mind most of the time. I have good days, but most are filled with what if. I hate the way I feel. I try to be in the now, but the now always becomes something else. I know misery loves company, and that is why I try not to keep company. I was told this morning to not talk to anyone. Now I'm thinking, what do I do? I'm trying to work on myself, but I can't without guidance. All right. To this gentleman, thank you. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing what you shared above. And I'm going to unpack this for you guys because I think a lot of us can learn and grow from this. So, when we say that misery loves company, what is really meant by that is, when people are not happy in their life, they want to hang out with other people that are not happy. Nobody wants to feel unsuccessful. Nobody wants to feel like a loser, like a zero. So misery loves company, meaning I don't want to, people that are heavy, you're going to want to hang out with other heavy people. You don't want to have it constantly thrown in your face that you're out of shape. But the truth is, if you want to change, if you want to grow, if you want to step into a new version of yourself, then guess what? Find yourself different company. Find yourself a peer group that will help remind you of who you truly are and bring you back into congruence and alignment with the real you. So where this guy writes, misery loves company, yeah. So stop hanging out with people that want to bitch all day and talk about their problems, because one of the great addictions out there is the addiction to having problems. Stop it. Don't watch the news. Don't watch crap TV that focuses on drama and problems. Put your energy where it needs to go. Put it on your growth. Talk to me about your vision, what you want to create in your life. Go hang out with other people that are thinking big and acting big. Thinking big and acting big. Don't hang out with people that constantly want to talk about their problems. Back in the day when I had a chiropractic office in Manhattan, I had a woman that always wanted to talk about her problems. So I banned her from talking about her problems. So then she started talking about other people's problems. So I banned her from talking about other people's problems. So what'd she do? She left my office. She wouldn't know who she was if she couldn't bitch, if she couldn't talk about problems. That is the great addiction. The other great addiction is you guys have been hypnotized into a life of complacency. Bland, ordinary, average. So this is why guys join Man on Fire. I don't mean this free Facebook group. I mean coming into one of our coaching programs, especially Ignited, where you come to our 4-day live immersion. It's to get you out of the addiction to the problems. It's to get you out of the addiction to a life of complacency and wake your ass up and help you remember who the hell you are. Are you ready for that? And if you are, type it in. I am ready to grow. Big fat capital letters. Type that bad boy in. All right. So for this guy, what I would recommend is get involved in communities and don't talk about your problems. Get involved in communities that are doing things that you want more of. If it's communities that are talking about how to be a better partner in a marriage, great. Get in that community. If it's communities talking about how to get your body in shape, great. Get in that community. And pick ones where they're doing it, not talking about it. If it's about learning how to reconnect with God and grow your spirituality, great. Get in that community. If it's about growing your balls and living in your power, great. Get in that community. Whatever you want more of, go hang out with people who are already living it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Yes, misery loves company. So don't hang out with other people that don't have what you don't have. Hang out with people that already have it. Learn how did they get there. And look for help. Look for support. Look for challenge. Look to be held accountable. That is my suggestion. All right, here's the last question we'll get to, and then we will get to the rest of them next week. So here we go. Beautiful, John. He says, go where you grow. I love that. Love that. All right, one more question here. He writes, is going from living together and being codependent to living in separate houses and still dating necessarily a step back? Can this be considered a lateral step or step forward? All right, beautiful question. So here's my answer. I would want to ask you 50 more questions. How long have you been together? Have either of you been previously married? What is it that made you go from living together to living separately? What was the lead energy behind it? What was the real reason? What was being said? What was not being said? Because what's not being said is more important than what is being said. And as I share with my brothers all the time, communication is always about what's not being said more so than what is being said. So for you guys that submit questions, please know that if I had the opportunity to interact with you live and you were here, I would ask you probably 10, 15, 20 questions and help you discover the truth. So I'm just here offering up additional perspective and thought provoking things to think about so that you can ultimately find the truth inside of yourself. So what's your truth? Does it feel like it's a step backwards? Does it feel like it's a lateral step? Does it feel like it's a step forward? Why would you take a lateral step? Why would you sign on for something that's a step backwards? Why did you decide to live separately? Why couldn't you together work through your codependency where you claimed your independence and then you have an interdependent relationship? So these are questions for you to consider. I'm not here to give you the answer to that. This is something for you to consider. And you got to be honest with yourself of what is this really about? And be willing to have the deeper conversation. So many men enter into a relationship having never cut the cord to their mother, and you never left the nest. So you bring that into a relationship, or you bring that into a marriage, and next thing you know, you turn your partner into your mom, and you're looking for approval, and you become the yes guy, and you're walking on eggshells, and you're dependent on her in that you don't feel good about yourself unless she's in a good mood or unless she's acknowledging you. And that's codependency. That's a sign of weakness. That's a weak backbone, and no blame or shame about that, but just recognize that it's happening. That's why a lot of guys join Man on Fire. Like, I'm tired of not having a backbone. I'm tired of not having my balls. I'm tired of not living in my power. I'm tired of being a yes man. I'm tired of turning my wife into my mom. I'm tired of being a pleaser, right? So, or guys join us also because they're tired of being the martyr, or they're tired of being the rock, because being the rock doesn't allow you to be vulnerable, doesn't allow you to feel. Or maybe they're tired of gaslighting. Or maybe they're tired of crushing it in business, but they don't have the same success in their marriage. So you're going to have to take a look at what is this really about. And the whole idea of a relationship is to have these patterns of both of you come to the surface. And then through empathy and compassion for one another, you work this through. That's what a relationship is about. It allows you to relate, and it allows you to reflect and mirror back what are the parts of you that are requiring healing. But most people have a very immature, naive understanding of a relationship, and we think the other person is supposed to make me more happy. Nobody can make you more happy. You have to make yourself happy. You put too much pressure on your partner, and now your moods are dependent upon how she's being towards you or whether or not she's happy. You're screwed. And what's behind that is you haven't grown yourself yet. This is why guys join our community, to really genuinely and authentically grow yourself as a man. This is what's required, guys. There's no shortcut. That's why today's live has been about, do you have the courage to claim the life that you were born to live? Do you? Because part of that means you'll reach out for support. You'll allow yourself to be challenged and stretched and made uncomfortable, because that's where your growth begins. And you're willing to be held accountable to your true potential. That is why guys join Man on Fire. You can't hide, you can't shrink, you can't contract. You will be held accountable to the greatness inside of you so that you can live into your true potential. If you don't want that, I promise you, Man on Fire is not for you. If you want to keep hiding, you want to keep BSing yourself, you want to keep selling this version of you to the world, but deep down you know that you're being more of a fraud and you're not being authentic, I can't help you. You have to truly want it, and you have to have the courage to claim your life that you were born to live. Are you ready to do that? That is my question for you, whether it's with Man on Fire or any other program. Are you truly ready? You're not getting it from a book, guys. You get ideas and interesting information. Information is not going to change your life. Action will. Information will not change your life. Action will. And most guys that take action don't have sustainable action because you don't have support, you don't have challenge, you don't have accountability. Yeah, New Year's, lots of people will end up in the gym on the 1st, 2nd, all the way through the 12th or 13th or 14th of January, and then they're back to their BS. Why? Nobody's challenging them. No support, no accountability. This is what men need. Iron sharpens iron, guys. You know this. All right. Let's see if I have the bandwidth for one more question. We're going to call it a day. We're going to call it a day, guys. We've been here for almost an hour. I'd love you to give me your final thoughts below. What did you get out of today? Throw me some fire signs. Smash that like key. Put a comment below. What is the biggest aha? What's the biggest takeaway you got? And for those of you that are part of our inner chamber or have come to an immersion, comment below. Let the guys know. It's a beautiful organization of men that truly love one another and are a fierce stand to champion one another to rise into our true potential. It is always an honor, it is always a joy, and it is always a privilege to serve you guys in all of the different communities that I serve, from our free Facebook community all the way up to our inner chamber members. I love you guys. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. It's David Mailer, the Man on Fire mentor, and I'll see you next Wednesday. So much love, guys. Bye for now.